Alrighty folks, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. Y'all see where I'm at again. Hopefully y'all can see that. I think y'all can see that. I think y'all can see that. We're back at EFI Specialties, 10 o'clock on the eve of Thanksgiving. To do what? Put shake and bake on the dyno, folks. So y'all seen the thumbnail. We're gonna get things set up. Dave's gonna strap her down and we're gonna do he's gonna do his magic, dial it in, and we're gonna see what kind of power she makes. Alrighty folks, someone else is showing up tonight, man. Who knows what the heck's going on here tonight? But I know we got shake and bake on the dyno. Check her out. Y'all seen this picture 1,000 times. Shake and bake on the dyno. Dave in the driver's seat on the laptop doing his thing. We're gonna get started and y'all gonna see every one of them. Usual look at the dyno graph.
Well, 400 horsepower ain't gonna cut it. Or was it the green one?
864.
It was 864. Look, we picked up mid-range already.
So 864, 701 torque.
No ice.
No, that's no ice.
But
So not bad.
Look at the mid-range here. Remember I said I was doing
Right.
a pull between 4 and 5 and it went lean. Look, that's like 50, well, that's like 50 foot-pounds or 40 foot-pounds, and that's like 30 horsepower.
All right, they're putting some comparisons up there. Let's get our act together, then I'll bring you back on. All right, so a little bit of truth in lending now. So looking back, the 971 run we did before, it made 971, it was on the graph, but that was super lean.
Not super lean, it was just leaner than you wanted it to be.
Okay, it wasn't super lean, it was leaner than Dave liked. So he dialed it back some, and now I'm gonna show you the blue line is the last pull after the 971 when Dave tuned it down a little bit, and the red line is the new cam without any tuning, without any tweaking, is the red line. So the red line is, like I said, 864 and 701 torque, and the last one was 909 and 704, but that 909 and 704 was with ice. The 864 we just did was without ice.
That's not revving out.
And that's not revving out all the way.
So we've gained in the mid, just like remember I said it was lean there.
Right.
That's why I let out of it.
So really, we're right on the same line, because if you look, it doesn't diverge until he.
That's when he let out of it. Yeah.
That's when he let out of it.
He revs.
So we were power for power all the way.
Yeah.
And the torque is.
But we picked up.
We picked up a little in the mid, a little bit down low. We picked up some in the mid.
For your people watching, so he's got a 4,000 converter. So this being higher in this range is also going to help it 60 foot harder. And that's, again, no ice. That's just.
And again, that's no ice. So I'm trying to compare apples to apples.
We might go get some ice if this looks good, just to see.
Yeah. Once they make some tweaks, and if it's doing that much better, we may go get some ice just to see.
It's just got antifreeze in it right now, but we can bucket that.
Right.
Put it in after.
And then put it back in. All right, so that's all the truth in lending. You heard it all now. We laid it all out there. Dave's gonna make some tweaks, and we'll be back in a minute. folks, here we go.
Not even nice yet. And no, y'all can't get one. $1,200.
No ice, 944, 728 torque. So now you can make a really good comparison between the blue line and the green line. I'll put it up there again.
Hey Don, this is your car. You come do this. I'll get you the pool.
So there you go, folks. 944, 728.
Oh yeah.
And that's just off the first tweak. I'm sure he's got some other little tweaks to do, but we'll see.
You're excited now.
So whatever changes he made, car didn't like it. And we blew the coupler again. I don't know what we're gonna do about that. But we're gonna have to figure out what's going on. So it dropped a little power, so I'm sure he'll put it back to the old tune. We'll go get some ice and we'll do an ice run and see what happens. Alrighty folks, missed that. Something happened with the GoPro. I don't know what happened. But you can see right up here at the top, it's losing boost. So
losing 1 pound.
Dropped about a pound of boost.
Up top.
Up top. So 926, 726, 926 horsepower, 726 torque. Another pound of boost, you could be talking 960-ish, somewhere around in there. Once we figure out where the boost leak is. You know, there's only a couple places it can be. We just gotta look, see if we can find it. If not, we know it made 944 without ice.
It made 944 with no ice on 20 pounds.
With no ice.
19 pounds.
And that was 19 pounds. So we'll be back
the next day.
All right, folks, we're gonna try and wrap this up in one nice, neat little bow here. So the 974 run we did on the last setup. The car was running lean, and it was running lean enough for Dave to have to tune it back some. So when he fattened it, richened it back up, it took a bunch of power away, and it came down to like 909. Okay, so let's get that straight. I think I said that earlier in the video, so let's put that 974 in perspective. It's really the car was really at 909 with ice. Okay, so our first run, 876. That first run was on the same tune as the old setup. So that was just a baseline run to see where the car was at on that same tune. Dave did some tweaks. The next run, we got 944 and I think 728 torque, somewhere around in there. 700, 728, somewhere around in there, torque, which is really good. I mean, that's 35 horsepower above the old setup with ice, and probably 50, 60 more without ice. I can't remember what we ran without ice on that old setup. I'd have to go back and look. So yeah, so we picked up 35 horsepower without ice over the last setup, the last cam. So, and that's not to talk bad about the cam. It just was not working for my setup. Now that cam will work, could work in any other setup, but just the way my car is set up, that cam was just not working. Obviously, it was just not working to its full potential. So the next run, we went out, got some ice, and came back and did an ice run. And it ran 926, I believe. We did 2 more runs and it ran exactly the same. And I think I showed this in the video. If not, we were losing a pound of boost up top. So all the way up top, we were losing a pound of boost. So we went from 20 pounds to 19 pounds. And it ran like I said, it was running 926. So with a pound of boost, you're talking 30-40 horsepower right there, easy. And maybe more depending on the setup. So even realistically speaking, I would say we were in the 960s, if not 970s, and maybe more, if we would not have lost that pound of boost. So we did go look and try and find you know, where we were losing that pound of boost from. Not sure where we were losing it from. It's either there's a leak somewhere that we're not looking and can't see, which a pound of boost leak is pretty loud. So I'm not sure where that's at, or it was starting to belt slip, because it was, I mean, we were running the car pretty hard, so possibly belt slip. And then it could have been reaching, we could be reaching the limits of the D1X. So it's one of those 3 things. We'll talk about that later and work that out later, but there's your numbers: 944, I think it was 728. So pretty respectable numbers for sure. And it's going to be consistent every time. It's going to be more consistent, which Shake and Bake was already consistent, but she's going to be even more consistent. So Mac, your cam works, brother. But I'm going to try and get to the track. MIR has already closed for Sunday the 26th. It's supposed to overcast and rain and be cold, so they just went ahead and closed, and now they're closed for the season. Cecil's closed for the season. Mason-Dixon's closed for the season. Not sure what Capital's doing. I'm gonna have to see what's going on over there, see if I can't possibly get to Capital to make at least one more run, at least one run on this new setup. But we'll see how that goes. And then for the off season, we'll figure out some content for the off season. So if you guys got any ideas for content to get me through the off season, let me know. But we are going to continue to do the Wednesday night chats, and we're also going to continue to invite people onto those Wednesday night chats, and I'm going to try my best to let you know who that is in advance through the community messages. But that's it for this one, folks. If you're stopping in for the first time, please check out the rest of the channel. If you like what's going on with the rest of the channel, do me them few things: like, subscribe, smash the bell, shoot me a comment, share it on social media. I'll definitely appreciate it. Shake and Bake will definitely appreciate it. Being way out there in Indy, they'll definitely appreciate it, because every red penny from YouTube goes right back into Shake and Bake. That's it for this one, folks. Till next time, adios.